Still look a little bit radioactive, but I'm here. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are great. I'm excited to read for you. And just like we did last week, I want to start out with a quick reading, a message for everybody from Spirit. So, grabbing from a different deck, here's what Spirit wants us to carry into the week. Going for everybody. The Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Wands. And what I heard loud and clear, and let me tell you, a little shiver went through my body. We need your gifts, and we need your voice. So, if you've been holding back thinking, and this is specifically what Spirit has, there is somebody already out here doing, fill in the blank, the thing that you want to do most, the thing that you feel like, this is my gift, this is my plan. Even if there is somebody out in the world doing it already, it's time to push the wheel. Wheel of Fortune, completion of a cycle, moving on from one thing to the next, taking the wisdom from what we've been through, carrying it into the next phase. You're ready. Step into your leadership. You know, to go full cliche, don't be afraid to shine. And you never served anybody by keeping yourself small. Hey, hey, Stephanie, welcome, welcome. I'm excited to talk for y'all. Okay, we're going to keep these cards out on the table. Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. Keep them in mind. What is your creative gift? What is your skill? Ah, I'm so happy to see y'all. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Vita. Thank you, y'all. Y'all already hitting the like button. Y'all warm my heart. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tell your friends. All right, let's jump in. Hey, Hillary, Sarah, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. All right, but it's always true. All right, let's jump in. Let us see what is ahead this week for all of the signs, Aries through Pisces. Oh, Gaia, thank you. I appreciate that. I bet you're looking cute too. And I think, you know, Finley and Serenity are also looking very cute. Praxis is just out of frame, but she is also very adorable. All right. Let's talk to Aries. Enough about me. Let's talk to Aries. Pushing the wheel. Spirit is really hammering in on that, so keep in mind for every sign, the Wheel of Fortune. Think about what has been completed in your life. Think about what phase you are moving on from. Maria, hey, happy Saturday. Enjoy the movie. We'll see you when we see you. Take your time, enjoy. Live your life. But what cycle are you finishing and what are you beginning and how can you begin it with intention? How can you begin it with a push? How can you nudge it? Queen of Wands, how can you wow? I'm just gonna say, Spirit has a lot for the collective today and the Hierophant just jumped out. So leadership, taking control, setting up your own rules and routines. Okay, all right. Listen, Spirit had a lot to say. Let's talk to Aries. Let's get specific with each sign, Spirit. What's coming up this week for Aries? What do they need to know, Spirit, for their highest good? Overall focus and energy for Aries this week. What do they need to know? Most joy, most fulfillment. What do they need to know? Okay. And when it comes to money, work, jobs, projects, Spirit for Aries, Cardinal Fire, Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant. And when it comes to connection, hey, hey, Jim, welcome, welcome. So excited to see y'all. Welcome back on our final Saturday live ever. Dramatic music. Okay, let's jump in. Hey, Chris. Wow. Okay, Aries. Wow. Okay. Let me just kick you back off with the question that Spirit started this with. What are you prepared to move on from? If you're just jumping in, a message for the whole collective from Spirit, for everybody. Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. And Spirit had been harping on, what are you finished with? What are you moving on from? What are you beginning? And how can we do that with intention? Now, Aries, overall energy and focus for this week. Oh no, Lori, the last Saturday live. Don't you worry. There's things happening. We'll talk. Overall focus and energy for Aries. I know. I totally get it. We're going to talk about it. 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Something is over And here's what I'm hearing, Aries, no judgment. Some of you are more ready than others to accept that it's over. Some of you are down for the fact that it's over and, you know, it's not fun. Ten of Swords is, I'm on the ground, I tried everything I could, and I still ended up kind of, you know, defeated in a way. Welcome, welcome. And the Four of Cups suggests that you've been waiting for an outcome that just didn't come to pass. And that's pretty much what I'm getting, is there's something that hasn't come to pass. Spirit was talking about that Wheel of Fortune. What are you ready to let go of in order to create room? And here's the thing. Again, I don't want to bypass that Ten of Swords equals a defeat, an ending that we didn't want, because there's pain there, there's mourning there. But Spirit is talking about an ego death. This version of your identity, this version of the way that you lived your life, this chapter of the way that you talked to and treated yourself and handled things, this is part of what's coming to an end, and it is going to be a bit of a relief to let it go. It's going to be a relief for you to change and to accept. Wow. I don't know if they're like, it feels like they're either like strangling a goose next door or doing some kind of heavy construction. So apologies if you can hear what I can hear. Now, Spirit wants me to bring your focus here, Aries. Looking at what's here, looking at these empty cups, and you might miss out. If you're staring at these empty cups, you might miss out on the gift that is coming to you. And I don't always hear it that way, but I'm hearing it that way from Spirit. Now I'm going to bring your attention over here. Ten of Swords. This rendering of the card where the girl is looking at her phone and just like stuck on it. Yep, you can hear it. Just stuck on her phone, waiting, waiting, waiting. And it's time to let it go. Let it go. Spirit wants you to have something new. Wheel of Fortune. It is springtime. Spring has sprung. Matter of fact, Aries, it's Aries season. Spirit's funny. Spirit just said it's time to get hot for yourself. It's time to get hot for yourself. So for some of you that may have been getting hot for another person and something went cold, it's like time to get hot for yourself again, Aries. What makes you feel like you're glowing? What makes you feel attractive in every sense of the word? And it might benefit you to be focused on money, projects, things that you want to bring into the world. Oh, Hillary, I feel you. If I can do anything for you, you know I'm here. Whoo, I'm with you. Now, when we look at budget and money, this is a place where Spirit is being very funny, and they're saying this is a place where you can take control. So there may be a little bit of letting go, a little bit of surrender with that Ten of Swords, Four of Cups, like let me just be open. When we get stuck on one thing, we can get a little myopic, right? We can start looking at life through a keyhole and say like, this is what it's supposed to be, and Spirit is trying to broaden and open up your ideas. But when it comes to money, when it comes to something that you want to create, build, get paid for, the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles, and what I'm hearing is you have the knowledge. The Hierophant is also telling me, for some of you, these are general readings, of course, right, Aries? So I'm hearing a couple different things. For some of you, you are literally in like a teaching or coaching or mentor capacity, and you are trying to get some money for this. And Six of Pentacles suggests, hey, give away some of your expertise, and you're going to get people who want to pay you. So show people what you've got, literally. Like take clips of what you do, or behind the scenes photographs of the craft that you create, or the book that you're working on, or whatever this is. Show it to people, share it with people. And again, Spirit is saying this is an area of your life where you can take control. How much do I want to give, and how much do I want to get paid? And what am I capable of? Trust your wisdom, trust your skill level. The Hierophant does not become the Hierophant overnight. This is something that you've been working and working and working on. And Spirit is also, I mean, we're going to talk more about why I feel like your money is growing, and this is a place where it pretty much, so sorry, Serenity, where it benefits you to put your energy. The money is in good shape to grow. And some of you who may have experienced some kind of romantic or relational disappointment, and I want to remind you that relational can be my friend hurt my feelings, or this family member hurt my feelings, or this business partner completely dropped out and now I feel like shit. Spirit wants to say there is some renewal on its way. The Two of Cups in your relationship sector speak of relationship where we're both like anxious and eager and excited to do the work that it takes to have this even exchange. And I want to highlight the fact that with the Six of Pentacles and putting that directly next to the Ten of Swords, just for compare and contrast, there is some stuff here about fairness, about equity, about both people feeling like they're getting what they want and what they need. your focus ought to be on what is still growing. And that's what Spirit is saying, is there are some things in your life that are not growing at this time, this certain friendship or this certain idea, but you know what is growing is this passion I have for this project, or you know what is going well is this friendship over here. I'm going to invest more of my time. And Spirit just said, make my life more of a work of art. Like, living life as art means I don't have to do it like anybody else. I do it my way. If you live life like an artist, like, there's Picasso, there's Matisse, there's like friggin' what's his face, Banksy. Like, you can do your art any which way, so live your life as art. And now Spirit is reminding me of that Queen of Wands general reading for everybody. Aries, live your life as art this week. How would you paint it? How would you live? Act like the main character. Something else I've been hearing a lot from Spirit is act like the main character. Don't wait around for anything to happen. Make it happen. You have a gift for that. Aries, cardinal fire. You have a gift for making things happen. So go ahead and push the wheel in some direction this week. Make some positive change, and don't be surprised when you see the external repercussions of the internal excavation that you're doing. Okay? What are you ready to let go of? It's new moon time. What are you ready to begin? What seeds are you ready to sow in your life? Now's the time to put your focus there and to release, and know that whatever you release, you're making room. Okay? Okay. Release, release, release. I get it. Especially for an Aries, the word surrender is like, you can take that anywhere else. Oh, Hillary, I'm glad, and I'm sorry. I'm glad that it resonates, and I'm sorry that it resonates. And I hope that it helps. And I hope hearing the other stuff. Hey, Lydia, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my God, so many words. Hillary, I hope hearing your other signs maybe fills in some blanks and adds to that. Oh, good, awesome, yay, excellent. All right, I don't know, 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups, you never know. All right, let's talk to Taurus. Let's move to our earthy friend. Fixed Earth, the bull. Let's see. Taurus. Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising and Dominant folks. What do they need to know? For their highest good this week. What's coming up this week, Spirit, that Taurus needs to know? Yay! For their highest good. What information do you want them to turn to? Okay, overall focus and energy. And then when it comes to money, work, projects, jobs, Spirit is ready. And finally, yay, Gaia! When it comes to relationships, love, feelings, what does it serve Taurus to keep in mind, to be aware of this week? Oh. Huh. Wow. Okay. Spirit is being very loud, Taurus, with like a very interesting phrase, and it kind of goes across your reading. They're using the phrase that this week is like stop and go traffic. Like you get a little go, and then you go a little and then stop, and a little and stop. So what I'm hearing is hang on loosely, but don't let go. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. Let's talk. Overall focus and energy. Now this is interesting for anybody at home that reads cards. It's like, wow, seeing these two together is almost like an oxymoron. The Hanged One is a pause. The Eight of Wands is speed, movement, opportunity, communication. The way is clear. And I'm actually hearing for some of you that clear communication is actually what's confusing you. Like somebody is like, oh, I really want to be with you, or oh, I really want you to do this, and you're like, what? Like this completely turns everything upside down. I was not thinking of going in this direction or doing that at all, and this kind of changes everything. What do I want to do? What do I need to do? Spirit is trying to bring about an awakening, as they always are. That's what they're invested in. They're invested in our awakening, our understanding, our letting go of petty, small fears, doubts. Hey, I missed that, damn it. Okay. Spirit wants you to see something differently, Taurus. Spirit wants you to open your mind. That's what I'm hearing. They want you to open your mind to a different, I'm hearing for some of you like literal, like maybe living in a different place, being open to this idea of doing life in a different way. And, you know, Taurus is a fixed sign. This is where I live. This is how I like to do it. But it feels like there's an unconventional way of living calling to you. You know, the way for some people it might be like, I'm going to get in an RV and I'm going to like live in my RV, or I'm going to live on a houseboat, or I'm going to create like a tiny house neighborhood with me and my friends. It's going to be an unconventional way of living, but it feels right to me. Spirit is just showing me that. I know that's hyper specific. Wow. Wow. Okay, just making sure that we're all hearing that. And like, okay, the kazoo orchestra next door. All right, moving on, Taurus. We're not completely moving on because all of these cards are quite united. Looking at money, budget, projects, jobs, there is something that you are holding back on that you basically know it's time to do. That's what Spirit is showing me with Judgment and then the Eight of Swords. It's like, you've committed, you've said, I need to do this. This is what yeah, it sounds like they're like taking down the whole damn apartment. You hear that? Okay, so I hope your floors look great though. That'll be cool. James and Betty, if you're watching, sometimes y'all watch. Okay, anyway. Spirit is saying that some of you have had an awakening, like I need to do this, or this is what I'm excited about. But now there may be some doubts plaguing you or popping up. These are the limitations. This is what could go wrong. This is what I don't have enough of. This is what I would need to learn to do it perfectly. And Spirit is going to say something that has a little bit to do with what they were saying to Aries and a lot to do with what they were saying for all of us with that collective read of the Wheel of Fortune. Is now is the time to move. If you have an idea about a way you want to change your life or live your life, don't like theorize, apply. And you're a Taurus, you know how to be rooted and grounded and bring your practice into the real world. But for Spirit to be highlighting it and to be showing me the Eight of Swords, there is a sense of worthiness that Spirit wants you to embody. There's a sense of believing and trusting in yourself and your project and your work. And, you know, I get it. We're fixed sign, right? Like, we want to know what's always happening. Spirit is like, you're not going to be able to entirely predict what's going to happen. When we have an awakening, when our mind gets, you know, fucked up in the best way possible and just flipped upside down, it's scary. It is scary. But it's also a beautiful thing. Hey, Fernando. Hola, hola. Welcome, welcome. It is scary. Let's talk about it. Let's continue to talk about it. Even over here. Oh, beautiful. Love to fucking hear it. Love to hear it. Speaking of blazing a new trail, here comes that energy. Leaving behind the old, welcoming the new. This is part of why I said Taurus. Some of y'all might have Aries placements. When we look at relationships, Spirit just used the phrase, lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Declaring something. This isn't working, or I want to date you, or we can't interact unless it's on these terms, or etc. What is the line you need to draw? Has somebody crossed a line? This is what I'm hearing for some of you very specifically. Are you waiting on an apology? Are you waiting on somebody to be like, that was wrong of me, or that was messed up, or I'm sorry that I did that, or da-da-da-da-da, because you might be waiting a long ass time. And it may be time for you to be like, I'm going to need an apology for fill in the blank, or hey, why did you say that, or etc. Like, broach the conversation. I'm hearing bring truth to the situation. Don't leave any questions unanswered. And definitely, again, reminding of the collective Wheel of Fortune, don't wait around. Don't wait around for anything to happen. Be proactive. Say what you want. Say what you need. Make yourself very clear. And get clear with yourself first. What am I scared of? What am I holding back on? And why? And that's what I would say is the first step, Taurus. Don't judge yourself. You know, if you're sitting over there kicking yourself, feeling like, I am holding back, I am waiting on this project, I am, you know, I should be doing this or that. That's not the point here. The point is not to kick yourself. The point is to think, okay, why am I holding back? Am I afraid of failure? Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid that people are going to laugh at me, etc., etc., etc.? Let's get really, really clear about what those 8 swords are stacked around you so that we can decide if they're actually worth, like, holding you back from your dreams, your commitments, the thing that you want to be and do in this world. Judgment's a big card. Who are you? You know, caterpillar things. Who are you? Walk your talk. Practice what you preach. Lay it on the line. I hope that helps. Spirit being perfunctory, succinct. I'm here for it. Little Queen of Swords energy. Let's keep going. Speaking of swords, in fact, let's talk to Gemini. Gemini. Mutable air. Gemini sun, moon, rising, spirit, throne cards. Gemini sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks, spirit. What's coming up for Gemini this week? Gemini. Gemini. Overall focus and energy, spirit, for Gemini this week. What does it serve them best to know? What does it serve them to be aware of? Spirit, Gemini. In the realm of money, work, jobs, budget, projects, for Gemini. Bonus card. Okay, Spirit got a lot to say to you. Let's find out. And finally, Spirit, when it comes to Gemini, in the realm of love, feelings, relationships, Spirit is fast. Let's go. Oh my God. What did I say? Queen of Swords energy. Up comes for your overall focus and energy, Gemini. Okay, let's just keep looking. Wow. Whoa. Okay. Okay. How many of y'all might have some Taurus placements? That Queen of Swords is combined. Overall focus and energy for the week. There is definitely some communication to be had, and some of you need to clear things up with a lover. Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is gentle and sweet, and the Queen of Swords, frankly, can be a little bit like, I don't need none of that sugarcoating shit. Can you just tell me what's really going on here? Somebody needs to lay it on the line. Some of y'all might have Taurus placements, or even the Aries placements. Okay. Wow. I also feel, and I'll pick up and show you why I'm feeling this, Gemini. There is a real sense of you need to know your worth. And Spirit is saying, and ask yourself where for you that worth comes from. If your worth is, for example, defined for you by your productivity, you might feel like shit when you get a little tired or get a little burnt out and don't get work done for a few days, or like, you know, you've normally been sharing jokes and memes and posts and whatever, and then you drop away for a few days and you feel weird. Spirit's like, you are not measured by even your creativity. And that's another word that they're using. So for some of you, that's important, that maybe you feel like you've been in like a creative slump or a project slump, or like it's not coming, or it's a little dry. It feels like the well is dry. The well is not dry. You are just being a little extra hard on yourself. The Queen of Swords is wind, right? And what does wind do? It dries shit out. Even when the Knight of Cups is coming with this sweet, sweet message, that wind from the Queen of Swords can really knock shit out. Let's talk about it. Spirit really wants you to know your worth this week, because looking over at budget, jobs, projects, etc., Five of Pentacles is the struggle. Five of Pentacles is this even worth it? Like, I'm not getting paid what I'd like to, or maybe the job that I'm doing doesn't feel worth it. Like, even if I'm quote unquote making enough money, I feel like I'm struggling. I feel like I'm dried out. I don't like this. That's the word that Spirit keeps, or the phrase that Spirit keeps using, is like, this feels dry, dry, dry. This is not interesting. This is not fun. It might be time to make a change. It might be time to make a change, Gemini, and part of it has to do with, again, Queen of Swords in the overall energy, Queen of Wands over here in money, jobs, projects, and when combined with the Hanged One as kind of an antidote to that Five of Pentacles, it's like, what are you good at? What are you unique? What is it you do? And don't be deterred if other people in the world do something that is similar. Spirit is saying that again, so that applies for some of you. If somebody else does it in the world, nobody does it like you. Nobody has your particular perspective. Nobody has had the world turned upside down the way you particularly have, Gemini. So show off. Queen of Wands, what's your skill? What's your gift? How can you share it? And I'll pick up and again, show you why. But I'm hearing that same thing I was hearing earlier of how can you share what you have to give generously with people so that you can receive generously. Five of Pentacles just kind of indicates a little bit of like maybe the money's not coming in, or maybe it's not coming in as fast as you would like it to. But I want to show you that a change and an exponential sort of change is very possible. Let's come over to relationships, connections, family, friends, whatever Spirit wants to highlight for you. A nice, again, antidote to the Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, being paid what you're worth, feeling like generosity is given to you. 10 of Pentacles, support. Support from family, support from the structures you've built for yourself. Allow yourself to be supported. And here's what I'm also hearing, Gemini, that may be difficult for some of you, especially with that Queen of Swords and your overall energy and wanting to be strong, wanting to be good, cool, calm, collected, never in need. But if you need support, ask for support. There are people around you. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. There are people around you who want to support you, who see what you're doing in the world or just as a human. And they love you and they want to see you do well. So if this is what Spirit is saying. There are some of you where it's as simple as, you know, I need a small loan to cover my bills, or to get this one class that if I took this one class, I would be able to do XYZ and that would make me some money. All the way to, I really need help covering my rent. All the way to, I could really use a grant or somebody to give me like a scholarship. And Spirit is telling me all of these things, Gemini. So if you've been waiting or hoping for something like that, it's time to start looking around. Wheel of Fortune was the collective reading, along with the Queen of Wands, which that you then again have in your personal reading. So push the wheel, use your talent, ask questions, make connections, take the initiative. Take the initiative. Ask for what you want. There's people around you who want to give to you. There's people around you who see you, who admire you. That's the other word that I'm hearing, okay? Sounds nice. I hope that that is helpful, Gemini. Putting some good ideas together. Don't be afraid to share, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. People want to pay you for what you're worth. That's what I'm hearing. It's available. It's available, but not if you have that kind of myopic, I can only be at this job, or the job can only be this way, or etc. It's open up. Open up. There's a lot available. A lot of support. Okay. I'll stop harping on you, Gemini. Thank you, Hillary. Gosh, I appreciate you. Whoop. Okay. Spirit's throwing some sentimental cards, so let's talk to Cancer. These construction noises are getting increasingly interesting. Okay. I'm thinking kazoo orchestra. I'm thinking whoopee cushion convention. It could be so many things. Okay, let's talk to Cancer. Cancer. Cancer sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks, Spirit. What's coming up for Cancer this week? Cancer sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. What's coming up this week, and what does it serve them to know? Overall focus and energy for Cancer. Sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. What do they need to know, Spirit? When it comes to money, work, projects, okay. And finally, when it comes to love, connections, family, friendships, what do you want to talk to Cancer about in the realm of feelings, Spirit? What do they need to know for their highest good this week? Okay, let's go in. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm going to come back to something that Spirit said at the very beginning of the video, Cancer. It's like the wheel is turning. The season is changing. It's time to move forward. Let's talk. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to open your reading. overall focus and energy, 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. You have already started a new adventure, Cancer. It's like you've moved to a new place, you're open to a new opportunity, a new horizon is opening itself in front of you, and it feels so good. 4 of Wands, happy home, happy community, a place where you feel like you can put down roots and be joyful, celebrate. There's a real sense of exchange and community, and I want to say that the same way there's this element of moving forward in all of these readings, and especially with Spirit speaking collectively and showing us that Wheel of Fortune, in moving forward, there is always an element of letting go. We could even use the word sacrifice, even though I know that that's not like a fun word and not maybe a word people like to associate, but there is always a sense of letting go when we move on to a new phase in life. And especially for a Cancer, we can be sentimental, we can be nostalgic, we can do a lot of looking back. And I want to tell you before, I pick up this card and show it to you, first of all, that is perfectly good and right. And you should feel your feelings, reflect, if you feel nostalgic, if you feel anything. I wish that I could show y'all what my lovely assistant was doing right outside this window just to fuck with me. I love it. Anyway. We can get a little bit sentimental about letting go, but letting go is part of moving forward. There's always an element of detachment so that we have more space available, more bandwidth available for what is coming. And what is coming for you is going to be so joyful, is going to be such a beautiful adventure. But there's going to be a little bit of that Cancerian sentimentality. But I really wanted it to be this way, or I really wanted this to work out, or if only this job or this relationship or this partnership had been the one, but it's simply not. And Spirit wants you to have something better. We're moving on. Spirit is actually saying, Cancer, expect more for yourself. Demand and expect and enjoy more for yourself. Don't cry over people that didn't see your value. And I'm hearing that for some of you. It's just like, okay, maybe this person, let you go, whether it's from a relationship or even from a job. They didn't see you. That's not your problem that they couldn't see you. You have a lot to give. You're a generous soul. Allow yourself also to receive, please. Allow yourself to receive. People want to celebrate and give to you. Oh boy, as a person with Cancer placements, I completely relate. I completely understand. Wouldn't it be nice to just let go and be totally fine? Not even care, not even worry about it? The air sign things? Oh well, it's also nice to have a big heart. It's also nice to care deeply about things. It makes a lot of room for joy in your life to care deeply. Okay, I don't want to skip past again. Especially related to money, any kind of disappointment or loss is no fun at all. But with that 6 of Pentacles, what you lose will be replaced. And you are appreciated. And so are you, Fernando. You are appreciated. Thank you. Now, looking over here at relationships, connections, I'm actually hearing, Cancer, you need to teach people how to treat you. Some of y'all are putting up with some real bullshit. That's just what I'm hearing, Cancer. Some of you are putting up with things that you don't really need to put up with. You teach people, you train people how to treat you. Now, let me make a quick distinction. I'm not saying that if someone is treating you badly, it's your fault that they're treating you badly. No, people make choices. That's definitely their fault. And we need to know our boundaries, and we need to know what is an absolute full stop no, what's a yes, and what's a I'm going to need some time to think about that. And Spirit is asking you to keep I'm going to need some time to think about that in your tool belt. So when somebody asks you for something, or to commit to doing some favor, or commit to coming to some event or whatever, you don't have to say yes or no and just have it spring out of your mouth. You can take some time to think about it. And remember that you can put that cushion in for yourself. I'm going to need some time to think about that. Let me get back to you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You teach people how to treat you. And specifically with the Hierophant next to that Seven of Wands, you also teach people how to have conflict with you, how to fight with you. And the way that people fight with you or have conflict with you, Spirit is saying, should teach you a lot about that person. If a person will call you names or hit below the belt in whatever way or dredge up dead bodies from the distant past just to make a point or etc. Exactly, Lydia. We need to know what's okay with us and when to stand up for ourselves. And we need to teach people, this is right where my line is, so you can step on back, right? Or, this is where my line is, I need you to come closer. Let's just look at the way we defend ourselves. All right, got a kitty at my feet. Now, I hope that that is helpful. Judgment card just flew out of the other deck that I have next to me. Okay. Hi, love you. Kitty. Okay. All right, Cancer. Let's try to leave these sentimental waters. Get a little heat, get a little light from Leo. Let's move on to Leo. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising and Dominant Folks. Leo Sun, Spirit, Leo Moon and Rising and Dominant Folks. What do they need to know this week for their highest good? What do they need to know for their highest good? Leo. Leo, overall focus and energy for Leo, for their highest good, Spirit. Okay? And when it comes to money, work, jobs, budgets for Leo, Spirit, what do they need to know for their highest good? Okay? And when it comes to love, wow, connections, okay, Spirit was fast on the draw for that one. Let's go. Wow. Wow. Okay. Consult with yourself, Leo. That's the first thing that I'm hearing. Let's look at overall focus and energy. High Priestess, Ace of Wands. Beautiful inspiration or intuitive download this week, and it deserves your time and attention. That's what I'm hearing. I love this rendering of the High Priestess sitting there with her laptop. Hey, hey, Mandy, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Speaking of High Priestesses. So the High Priestess is sitting, getting her downloads, taking her notes, being cool, calm, collected, waiting until she gets the right amount of data, till the tipping point to start the thing, to make the move. Ace of Wands is the download, the divine, spark of an idea that could grow into a wildfire, that you can grow into something if you give it the air, the space, and paradoxically the boundaries that it needs, right? Like a hurricane candle. We don't just let a candle flame be out here in the wind, or else it'll go out. But if we put that little bit of protection around it and still allow some air to flow. So Leo, creativity is your birthright. Oh, Gaia, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad. I hope that that means this is resonant for you. That's beautiful. The Ace of Wands needs your time and attention. It is just the ace. It's not the 10. It's not ready yet, but it's there, and it is beautiful. It glitters. It fires. It's just like a spark. If we're out in the Brazilian jungle and it's damp and it is raining, that spark that we can create is the difference between life and death. It's the difference between light and dark. It's like all we have. And Leo, this is important for you. This is something that you have a lot of reverence for, like this project or this idea or this way of living that I really want to see exist. Oh, Gaia, not at all, just in time. Thank you. Thank you. You want to see this exist, and Spirit wants to see you bring it to fruition. I don't want you to do that at the cost of your mental health or your sense of feeling supported. Leo people get this reputation for being like self-centered, right? For being kind of like the actors, the person on stage, the leader, right? And so you should be, and so you are. And we don't want that to mean that you grow distant from people. Not like, you know, yes, of course, there's the cliche Leo that's like, oh, they think they're better than everybody. They think that their shit doesn't stink and everybody else needs to get on their level and whatever. Sure, there are those types of Leos out there. There's also the Leos out there that just don't want anybody to see them vulnerable, don't want anybody to see them looking anything but perfect, like I'm excelling at everything that I do. And if I show somebody me, a version of me that's not excelling, you know, I don't know, you tell me, Leo, what is it? Is it like I'll die if they find out that sometimes I look like shit at the grocery store, or that, you know, my first draft is just a sea of red marks because it's not perfect yet. Let me tell you. Let's just talk about it. Looking at money, projects, jobs, opportunities. Nine of Pentacles says you have all the skills that you need. The Nine of Pentacles is also the only card in the deck for the successfully self-employed person, somebody who may be a freelancer, contractor. You're doing something that is just yours. But the other thing about doing something that is just yours, it's right next to this Five of Swords that is talking about kind of petty disconnections from other people, losing battles, somebody taking their ball and going home. It speaks of being somebody being a little bit self-centered, like too self-centered, like only looking out for number one. So these are general readings, of course, Leo, so I feel like I have to say, you may not be the one looking out for number one, but if that resonates for you, that it's like, oh, I'm the one who's been saying, fuck everybody else, I don't care what they want or need, like, I'm gonna get what I need, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and like, if you get hurt, that's on you. If you've been doing that, I would counsel you to, okay, Spirit is saying something very specific. You have an ability to build a platform, right, Leo? Be a leader, be a star. And I feel like a lot of you are building this platform, and it's going well and beautifully and has a ton of potential. And when we build a platform, necessarily that means, literally, right, building a platform, we get further from the people that we're talking to, because the platform goes up. And we get further from the people we're talking to. It allows us to talk to more people, but it takes us further from them. And we cannot lose our humanity, our heart-to-heart connection. Because for Leo, you rule the heart. And that's where all your power comes from. So don't start playing mind games now, Leo, when it's not your bailiwick. It's not your specialty, and it's not where your power is. It doesn't serve you to, for example, this is just how Spirit's putting it, like withhold affection as a strategic move to get something that you want. That's very Five of Swords energy. I'm going to say the perfectly hurtful or petty or passive-aggressive thing to get this person to react the way that I want to. Don't do that. And, like I said, these are general readings, right, Leo? So it's either maybe you could be acting like this, or there is somebody around you in your life that does a little bit of that. Either way, unacceptable. Like, do not accept that from somebody. If somebody's being a little passive-aggressive, I would just be very direct and be like, oh, well, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm a little confused. Like, you know, you said you don't need anything, but it looks like you're carrying all of the groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm fine. And that's how Spirit is showing it to me, is like somebody with like 20 bags slung over every part of their arm, and you're like, hey, do you need help with that? And they're like, no. Or is that you, Leo? I mean, as a Leo rising, I can say I'm the person who often like literally does that with the bags. And it's like, oh, I'm good. Not even trying to be petty, just trying to be like, I'm good, I'm solid. Tips over. Please help me. Allow people to help you. Allow people to support you. And if you are one of these Leos who is building a platform, don't allow it to take you so far from the people that you are speaking to. Okay? Okay. Speaking of relating to people, when we come over to relationships, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Again, a little bit of a theme of there's a lot of potential here. There's a ton of potential. Page of Pentacles. If I study a little bit more, if I invest a little bit in this, it's giving a lot to me. Oh, I feel you, Gaia. This is giving a lot to me. It has a ton of potential. And Nine of Swords. I feel isolated. I feel anxious. I feel scared. I feel overwhelmed by my own thoughts and anxieties and kind of ruminations. If you are keeping stuff to yourself, don't don't do that. It feels like it's a lot of pressure to be alone with these thoughts or these worries or these concerns. And I'm going to say, because the Nine of Swords is showing up in the relationship sector, if you don't feel comfortable sharing your discomfort with a partner or a friend or a family member, then do they really fit the bill of a partner or a friend or a family member? And I'm not trying to tell you to kick anybody out of your life, but I'm saying if a change needs to be made, if a need needs to be made explicit or whatever, I think you need to do that. I don't try to, it feels like, Leo, this week you want to carry everything by yourself. I would counsel you not to. I would counsel you to let, well, now Spirit is being punny and saying that word counsel, right? Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords can represent being stuck in like a loop, a thought loop, or like a nightmarish projection of your own reality. It's all going to go wrong, or I'm deeply afraid of this, or like I can't move forward on this because I'm traumatized and stuck in this point in my life, or this like pattern of behavior. We need to bring some illumination to that. And by illumination, I just mean, okay, you know what? I forgive myself for not starting this habit that I said I want to do or whatever, because I understand that part of me is really uncomfortable with valuing myself and my thoughts and my work enough to say that it's worth somebody's time. You feel me? And if you can forgive yourself for that, forgiving yourself is the beginning of bringing light to it, and bringing light to it is the beginning of being able to change it. Okay? Okay. Spirit got all the words this week. I hope that that's helpful, Leo. Now, let's talk to Virgo. Let's ground ourselves. Let's root. Spirit is throwing cards. They're ready to talk to Virgo. Okay. Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising and Dominant Folks, Spirit. What do Virgos need to know for their highest good? Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising and Dominant Folks, Spirit. Overall focus and energy for Virgo. Okay. And when it comes to money, jobs, projects, etc., work, what do Virgos need to know for their highest good? Okay. And finally, when it comes to relationships, connections, friends, family, Spirit, what do Virgos need to know this week? The truth for the highest good of Virgo. Wow. Okay. Well, Spirit has a little bonus card for you, Virgo. We'll hold that to the end. That's a beautiful thing. All right. Wow. Oh, whoa. Okay, well, geez, no wonder Spirit gave you a bonus card, Virgo. Okay, let's talk. Overall focus and energy. I'm curious if any of you have Leo placements, Virgo. Overall focus and energy. 7 of Swords, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, beautiful energy. Everybody wants to see that card. Love, abundance, love and abundance. Like, love in abundance. Spirit is using all these phrases. Like, I've got the romantic love, I've got the friends, I've got the family. Like, my cups runneth over. And then there's that 7 of Swords of perhaps needing to divest, needing to let go of certain things. And I feel, Virgo, that you're carrying some guilt. That's what I honestly feel from that 7 of Swords. There's an element of guilt, like either you feel, I'm hearing a couple different things. I'm hearing some of you feel like you are not serving the people that you love or whatever in your life the way that you want to. Like at that stratospheric standard that you set for yourself, you feel like maybe you're not meeting your own standard. Some of you, it's like you are hanging on to something you need to say or some kind of divestment, and it's like you won't allow yourself to do it. It's like maybe some of you feel this intense loyalty. I'm actually hearing for some of you, and this is very specific, Virgo, don't freak out if this does not apply to you, if this does not resonate for you. This is then for that very specific Virgo that really needs this message from Spirit. Some of you, there may even be a need to release like a toxic family member, someone that you love very much, Ten of Cups, Seven of Swords. Like, this person's not good for me, this person is toxic, or this person has shown repeatedly that they lie, or that they, shady. Something shady with that Seven of Swords. And we're going to go on from here. If you know a truth, Virgo, don't hide it from yourself. That's what I'm hearing. If you know a truth, don't hide it from yourself. Let's talk. Let's go deeper. Looking at money, jobs, opportunity, budget, etc. And listen, when a pattern holds in one part of our life, it does tend to bleed over into other parts of our life. So Spirit is saying, if you know something to be true when it comes to job, money, something that you're working on for yourself, a project, whatever it is where you're trying to bring in income, you're trying to create the kind of like earthly life that you want, the material life that you want. Don't hold a truth from yourself. Don't ignore an alarm call. We have Judgment and we have the Tower. Two major arcana cards, two cards that are very much about getting our attention. Hey, welcome back, Maria. Thank you for joining us. Judgment and the Tower are both wake-up calls. And they both have a little bit of, you know, that cold splash of water or a hot slap to the face kind of energy to them. Virgo, are you ignoring that something that you're working on, or maybe the job that you have, or the way that you're doing something is built on shaky ground? Like, I don't have a great foundation laid for myself, but I'm trying to build on it, and I have a feeling that if I keep building on this, it's going to fall down at some point. Or I'm investing in this certain thing. And I mean, you could be financially investing, or you could be investing your time, your effort, your energy. And I know that I'm not doing it in a sustainable way. You need to make a change now. If this doesn't resonate for you, I am not trying to freak you out, Virgo. That is not the point of this reading. But with, like I said, Judgment and the Tower in that financial sector, it's like there is a reality that is presenting itself and saying, please do not ignore me. This is what's going on. Please look at me. I would rather that you made an emergency plan to leave the building than stay here while it's swaying back and forth and go, I think it might hold. I don't know. I hope so. Like, let's not do that. If you know something to be true, you need to act on the truth that you know. Okay? If you feel like the job that you're working at is on shaky ground, for example, just as an example, it may be time to start coming alive and coming awake to that reality and start looking around for something else. If that's one of the divestments that you need to do, but you feel like you need to be loyal and you don't want to be shady, if something is falling apart, then you need to leave so that you don't fall apart along with it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And Virgo, you're smart, you're perceptive. If you see something, say something, or do something, or get the fuck out. Whatever is appropriate. Now, that Seven of Swords, that Tower, that Judgment card, and then finally these cards that I'm about to show you. In combination with that reading for the collective of the Wheel of Fortune of things are coming to an end so that new things can come in and begin, and it serves us best to deliberately to choose to take part in that process. Not to like be like the Tower, right? The Tower is the change that comes along and just sweeps the rug out from under us. It feels like we have no choice. Spirit is asking you to participate. Spirit is asking you to make a choice, to say, if I feel like it's not working, I'm not going to ignore that. I'm not going to wait around for this person to blow up again, or this situation to blow up again, or whatever, or fall apart. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to keep pulling fucking Jenga blocks and just praying that I can keep this going. Don't do that. Whatever that situation is, Virgo, see it for what it is, act upon it for what it is. Relationally speaking, 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Shit. I mean, Spirit is being loud. 10 of Swords, the Tower, 7 of Swords. Something is coming to an end. Something has been done to death. You're over it. It's exhausting. It's time to move on, and no one's pushing you, no one's judging you. But the 10 of Swords says it's done to death. Done to death. You've thought every way about it. You've tried everything. You've persuaded. You've cajoled. It's time to let it go. And 6 of Swords, like I said with the Wheel of Fortune, it's all about taking what we've learned from the situation that we've been in and using it to make our life better. If, for example, you are one of these Virgos, and I'm so sorry if this applies to you, I know this is very specific. If you happen to be one of these Virgos where it's like, I have to let go of a family member, and that's hard. I have to let go of like a narcissistic parent or something like that, where it's like, that's my parent. I've like, that's been my whole life, but they make me feel like shit, and they guilt trip me, or they're toxic in whatever way, and I feel like I need to let them go. We let them go, and we learn the lessons that we need to learn and take from that. And Spirit is actually being very profound and saying, when we do that, when we choose to participate in the lesson and say, what if this was my perfect teacher? What if this moment was giving me everything that I needed if I decided to tap into it? If this shitty Ten of Swords tower situation was trying to clear the way for me to get exactly what I wanted, what would it be teaching me? You know? What would this be teaching me if it's trying to give me something good? Just theorizing, just pretending. You might come up with some really good really good answers to that interesting question. And that's what Spirit is saying. What is this showing me? What is this teaching me? Is this showing me to stand up for what I'm worth? Is this showing me that I'm never going to date this type of person again or whatever? Is this showing me that this is a red flag I'm never going to encounter or deal with ever again? Because now I learned my lesson. My life is going to be better. My relationships are going to be better. I'm going to know more and be more clear-headed because of what I've learned and divested from. And here's your bonus card, Virgo. Four of Wands. You have nothing to worry about. When I think about the Tower, when I think about the Ten of Swords, I think about people feeling unsteady. I think about people feeling alone. I think about people feeling maybe even like abandoned or betrayed or left behind. But the Four of Wands says the people that you need, the community, the lovers, the partners that you need are available to you. Spirit wants you to be close to you, to be awake to what you are, who you are, what you want, what you don't want, and to act on it. Virgo is the sign of service. Y'all often want to defer to what other people need, and Spirit doesn't want that for you. They want for you what you need. Okay. Just a little something for you to work on this weekend. Loving on you, taking care of you, acknowledging your truth, even if it's just for now to yourself. Like, just going to give a very, very deep example, but this is the example that Spirit is giving me. If you are in a marriage and you know in your heart that marriage is over, even if you're not ready to say to your partner, this marriage is over, etc., you've got to at least acknowledge it to yourself, and then other things can begin to fall into place. Don't wait for the tower to fall. You're welcome, Gaia. I know that that's heavy. That's a lot. That's a lot. I hope that it's helpful, even though it's a lot. You know what you know. You know? Lord, I wasn't even trying to pun. I'm so sorry. Let's move on. Let's move on to Libra. Let's talk. Libra. Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. Spirit, what do my Libra friends need to know for their highest good? Libra sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks this week. Yes, you are. That you are. What do Libras need to know this week, Spirit? Overall focus and energy for Libra. Okay? And now, when it comes to money, budgets, projects, opportunities for Libra this week. Okay, that was fast. And when it comes to relationships, love, friends, family, what do you want to let Libra in on this week when it comes to emotions, Spirit? To their highest good, what do they need to know? Okay. Oh, Libra. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's go, Libra. There is some opportunity. Actually, there's a couple different types of opportunities coming for you this week, Libra. Now, here's the problem. Let's say, here's the key. Do you know what you want? I know. It's a cliche question to ask a Libra. Do you have an array of choices in front of you? Many different things that you want. And to what degree can you clarify? Can you refine? Can you distill? That's the word that Spirit is using. Your dream, your desires, your wish, your focus. Spirit is talking a lot about focus. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Overall focus and energy for you this week, Libra. 4 of Swords, Page of Cups, beautiful energy, gentle. 4 of Swords is take a break, rest, recovery, naps, organizing your thoughts. Spirit is talking about decluttering, defragmenting, like just getting rid of dead weight, dead space, creating more room for yourself and creating more order in your mind and in your life. So, 4 of Swords, getting things straight, taking a break, taking a breath. And Spirit is talking about the fact that very often, we feel like we have to sit down at the computer or at the notebook or whatever it is and really, really, really think hard about like what it is we need to do or what's next or what is my focus or what is my decision or what is it I want to do. Let me choose a focus. 4 of Swords actually suggests that, of course, that, focus time is great and important and necessary. And a lot of the time, our best ideas, solutions, outcomes, inspirations will come to us when we're in the shower, or we've just woken up from a nap, or we're going for a walk and we're not thinking anything about the thing that we're trying to come up with an answer or a solution or a decision about. You feel me? Spirit is encouraging you to create some space and some pockets of time where you can just let go. And then all of a sudden, when you do the 4 of Swords rest and recuperation thing, yes, love that, Hillary, very well said, adding by subtracting. Then, when you get quiet, when you relax, Page of Cups, this magical kind of wish-granting type energy, this message that you were waiting for comes in. And Spirit is giving me a couple different things with this. For some of you, they're saying literally getting, yeah, that good camera, soft focus, that Lifetime movie Vaseline lens. Spirit is saying some of you are going to get a literal message, like somebody reaching out to you with a message of love. Some of you that could be somebody sliding into your DMs, some of you that could be like online dating stuff, some of you that could be something like a friend or a family member reaching out to you with exactly the type of help that you need. Like, hey, you've been thinking about this or you've been looking for that. Hey, I wanted to give you this. And that's what I'm hearing for some of you is like receiving a literal gift. And for some of you, I'm actually hearing very specific, like receiving a gift that helps you with your dream. Let's talk about it. Coming over to budget, money, work, projects, the Pentacles aspect of your life. Cups. More cups, Libra. 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups. Now looking at that 7 of Cups, very Libran card. Here you are in your cute ass witch hat, just looking at all of your opportunities and options, all these people that like you, all these skills that you could apply, all of these different projects or goals that you could save up for or reach out for and take. But which one is really for you? And I'm going to tell you something. I love this because just last week I was doing a one-on-one reading with a client and they received this card and Spirit was showing it to me in a completely different way than they've ever shown it to me, and they're showing it to me that way again. They're saying, which cup, if you fill it first, right? Because we choose a cup and then we fill it with our energy, our hope, our etc., effort, time, blah, blah, blah. So if I'm looking at 7 cups, like just to give an idea, right? Like maybe I want to work on my relationship and I want to work on my, spiritual path and I want to have my side hustle go great and I'm trying to work on my fitness or whatever, right? I have all these things. Which one should I focus on or etc.? Which one, if I fill it up, as Spirit said, will then tip into the next glass and begin to fill it. So just as an example, if I've been ignoring my fitness, like I haven't been exercising or I haven't been eating well, And I know that if I start exercising and eating well, I'm going to feel more confident going in pursuit of a relationship or telling somebody that I like them. Well, then let me start there, because I'll fill up that cup, and once I'm feeling better, it will spill over into the cup about going out for love, or feel more confident about pursuing the side hustle, trusting myself more, feeling just like a cooler person who can do better things, and I start doing cooler, better things. Choose a cup and fill it. You're not getting rid of the other cups. You're saying, this one is going to fill me up so that I have so much more available to choose and to put into all these other ones. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Right? Listen, I was talking to my lovely assistant and talking about, one of the coolest things about doing readings for people is that the words that come out of your mouth, the messages that come through, the advice that comes through is like, well, thank you. Shoot, I needed that. How come I never thought of that if y'all are just hanging around all the time? Damn. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. Now, Libra, Spirit is not done harping on you about focus. Yes, Keystone Habit. Completely, Elizabeth, like that. Where do I start? What helps me begin? What sets me up for future success in all the different ways? How can I take care of myself? How can I, a little bit of the Virgo thing, how can I build myself that good foundation? Right? Now, let's harp about focus a little bit more. Beautiful though. 5 of Wands followed by the 4 of Wands. Right in order. 5 of Wands. Too many cooks. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Lots of ideas. And if I know my Libras, for some of you, especially because this is in the relationship and connection sector, it's like your DMs are packed with suitors. People being like, hey, what's going on? WYD, like, you up? All that shit. And Spirit is now giving me, this is a good movie to give to Libras. Okay, Libra, if you were looking for something to do tonight and you want to be swept away to another world and the world of a Libra, Spirit is giving you the movie recommendation, Away from the Madding Crowd. Okay, and they're saying the protagonist is you. So, I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but I will say that the woman at the center of the story has a few different suitors of very different types. And the movie is not just about, but in part is about how she does or doesn't develop relationships with these different men, and what the outcome is of having relationships with these different types. I'll just say, it's for you, Libra. You have different people coming for you, interested in you, and Spirit is saying, just like in this movie, they're interested in you for different reasons. Like, this one might want you for your looks, this one might want you for your heart, this one might think like, oh, we would look really good together, or whatever. Like, you want to choose the people you associate with and bond with, 4 of Wands, partner with, carefully. Got great options. Like I said, 5 of Wands, though, there's some childish energy and there's a little bit of playing around energy. So I would say, again, some Libras, we get a little bit of a reputation for like playing with people's feelings. Not because we're doing it on purpose to be bad and to be mean or anything like that, but it's like, oh yeah, I like flirting with this person and I like flirting with this person, and if they both knew that I was flirting with both of them, they'd both be decimated or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, if you know that you're kind of playing around and that it's in a way that is not right, I would say Spirit is trying to guide you into more of a 4 of Wands situation where you feel, and let me be really explicit. I'm a Libra sun myself, so I cannot let this go by. That doesn't mean you can't flirt with multiple people, or even you can't be in relationship with multiple people. Some people, polyamory is the way that they do their life. That's fine. That's great. That's fantastic. And in polyamory, there is still commitment. There is still like, you treat me right. You're not just playing with my feelings or messing with me when you feel like it and disappearing when you don't. That's what I'm saying. So if there's commitment and love, no matter what shape the relationship might take, great. If you feel like someone is playing with your feelings, or if you think that, Libra, you might be playing with somebody's feelings, I would adjust, because that 4 of Wands is a beautiful energy to tap into. Focus. What kind of relationships do you want in your life, and what do these various relationships do for you? Away from the madding crowd. That's your movie recommendation. Listen, whenever Spirit gives like a book or a movie recommendation, I know that for some of y'all there's going to be like some really like mind-blowing synchronicities where it's like, okay, I'm literally fielding you know, texts or Tinder messages or whatever, like from these three different types of people that are totally represented in this movie. And this movie is showing me exactly how each of these situations would kind of turn out. You know what I'm saying? I know Spirit is being hyper specific, but when Spirit got something to say, Spirit got something to say, and I just pass it right along. So, I hope that that helps, Libra. Now, we're going to move on to Scorpio. Fixed water, Spirit already thrown cards. Let's talk Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Dominant folks. Spirit, what do you want to tell Scorpio this week? What do you want them to know for their highest good? Overall focus and energy for Scorpio this week. Overall focus and energy. Wow. Spirit threw these cards down. Okay. Your card, Scorpio. You and your power. Let's keep going. Let's look. Spirit, when it comes to money, work, jobs, projects, budget for Scorpio. Okay. And now when it comes to relationships, connections, love, family, friendships, what do you want to highlight for Scorpio, Spirit? Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Massive opportunity. Scorpio, get ready. This is going to be good. Let's talk. Overall focus and energy for your week. Death and the Knight of Pentacles. Lydia, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Oh, it means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so still needing to replace this phone. That is what your phones will go to. Thank you. I was going to touch it to see if it's boiling hot. Let's not fuck with it. Let's not. Let's seize upon our good luck. Okay, Scorpio. Death and the Knight of Pentacles. The end and progress, growth. It's just like you, Scorpio, the sign of alchemy, the sign of transformation, the sign of death and rebirth. Death is your card. It's the Scorpio card. So that's why I say you are absolutely in your power. You are being you this week. You are willing to compost the stuff that isn't working for you and use it to grow what it is you really want. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady progress, not being deterred by the length of the journey. Love you. I want to say death is hard for all of us. It's not a card people love to see when they're getting a reading. Nobody likes a shutting door. Even when we choose it, it's a little hard to shut the door behind us, right? And move on. But Knight of Pentacles says you know that you're moving in the right direction. And I trust most Scorpios to know what it is they need to put an end to. And as a Venus and Scorpio person, it's like, when I'm done, I'm done. I don't go back. I don't have in and out, back and forth, on and off. I don't do that. It's off. Like, if it's off, and I'm on. And that's what Spirit just said. It's off, death, and you are on. Onward and upward. And I love to look at what is coming up for you when it comes to money, projects, etc. For the Knight of Pentacles to be in your overall focus and energy, Spirit is already saying, what is it that you're trying to grow? What is it you're trying to create more of in your life? Is it money? Is it fun? Is it groundedness, health? I'm hearing all of these things actually, which makes sense, right? Different people are trying to cultivate different things in their lives, but it feels like with Knight of Pentacles across the board, Scorpio, there's a sense of groundedness and steadiness and safety and security that you are working on developing in your life, okay? Now, speaking of security, looking at money, jobs, opportunities, projects. First of all, Ace of Pentacles says new job or new source of income, new opportunity, highly available. It is a golden opportunity, but it is not to be confused with a silver platter. It's not, here's $1 million. It is, though, here is some seed money. We could use that very deliberately because the Ace of Pentacles is the Ace of Earth. So it is like a seed. if I nurture this, if I take care of this, if I give this the resources that it needs, it will grow and it will ultimately provide fruit for me, right? It will be fruitful. Combined with strength, Spirit is talking about your willpower and loving yourself enough. Actually, that's how they're saying it, is like loving yourself enough to invest your time and energy and effort into something that feels like nourishing to your soul. Strength is about the union of spirit and body, right? Like I'm an animal and I'm a spirit, right? And that's what makes humans very interesting, is we've got both aspects to us. Spirit is also saying that for a lot of you, this opportunity, it draws from a deep place in you. And again, I know this is very specific and is not going to apply at all to every Scorpio here, but it feels like some of you are being summoned, like there's a calling. It's like, I want to be, I'm hearing a couple different things. I want to be a psychologist. I want to be like a big sister, like the Big Sister, Big Brother program. Like I want to take care of somebody. I want to do charity. I want to work in a nonprofit organization. I'm hearing some of you have like big spiritually aligned goals, or even I want to use my healing to help heal other people. I want to write a book about my recovery, or etc. It feels like there's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. Yes, it takes work. Yes, it takes your personal time, effort, energy, investment. Feels like it pays off. Knight of Pentacles. Feels like it pays off, and it feels like it makes you feel good. Strength. More important than anything, it makes you feel like you are in your element. And I feel like that's what you feel this week, Scorpio, is like, I'm in my element. I'm available for what's coming to me. Like, hyper available. Now, I've got one little hiccup in here. Like I said, the Death card, right? Like, nobody likes closing a door. Nobody likes letting things go. Even the most evolved person has a little trouble letting things go, even when it's time. When I look over at relationships, like connections, family, friends, opportunities in the relationship world, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Spirit is saying some of you, this will not apply to all Scorpios, thank goodness, some of you don't give yourself enough credit. Like you do not perceive yourself as a Queen of Pentacles. Like you do not perceive yourself as possessing all this, like, I mean, Queen of Pentacles, right? So like earthy sensuality. Like Scorpios have a different type of attractiveness and sensuality from the other signs. It's strong, it's heavy, it's magnetic, it's intense. You know what I mean? And Queen of Pentacles, like even though it's not cups, I feel that. Spirit is like, you are, Spirit is reminding me actually of a song by Florence and the Machine. And I don't want to butcher the title. But she's talking about how her love is heavy. I'm so heavy in your arms. And that's that Scorpio love. That's that Scorpio affection. And when we have that kind of heavy worth, it's like heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? Queen of Pentacles. When we love with intensity, as a Scorpio can only do, it comes with some anxiety. It comes with some insecurity, which is, you know, the fundamental underlying bit of jealousy that Scorpio is famous for having, right? Being a little jealous or being possessive. Insecurity and anxiety is always what spurs that on. Like, but what if they leave me? What if I don't see a sign of the fact that they're about to change their mind? So I need to be looking for signs. I need to be watching out for data. I need to be collecting information, thinking, asking myself the questions, analyzing, being in my head, seeing everything as like, oh God, is that a red flag? Is that a red flag? Is that a red flag? And Spirit's being funny and saying, Scorpio, when it comes to relationships, sometimes you're not wearing rose-colored glasses, you're wearing red-colored glasses. So somebody might be trying to give you a pink flower and you see a red flag. If you know that you're overanalyzing, then Spirit is actually saying, if you're overanalyzing, then you're not trusting yourself to act in the moment. You're not trusting yourself to respond to the person. You're trying to figure it out and analyze it before anything happens, when really, you're the Queen of Pentacles. You should be knowing that, for example, I'm going to take it to the most extreme place, okay, Scorpio, because you're a Scorpio. Spirit's like, if you are with somebody dearly loved, passionately loved, and because you love them passionately, there's a lot of fear of losing them. If the worst thing happened, and they like deceived you and cheated on you. Ask yourself, what would that mean? That would mean, for example, that they had done a bad thing. Okay, I was gonna say that they're an asshole, but let's not go that extreme, okay, right? Like, that they did a shitty thing, that they deceived you, that they cheated on you, that they lied to you. That it would mean that. What it wouldn't mean, that you weren't attractive, that somebody was better than you, that you coulda, woulda, shoulda done this differently, and then maybe they would have been faithful to you. Like, no. So don't torture yourself, okay? No, actually, we are right about to move on to Sagittarius and then Capricorn, Coco. Welcome, welcome. So you have not missed it. We're right around the corner. Scorpio, trust yourself and know your worth. Queen of Pentacles, know your worth. And if somebody messes up or messed up, walked away, if that's the death in your life, is letting go of a relationship or a relationship letting go of you, you need to know your worth, and you need to not weave a different story than what that really says. That doesn't say that, again, you're not worth it or you should have done something different and things would have turned out differently. No. Time to love and trust yourself. Value yourself. Okay. I've harped on you enough, Scorpio. I hope that helps. Woo! Spirit is talking today, man. This has been deep. Okay, Spirit just threw out the moon card. They're like, we know we're going deep. It's new moon. Okay. Let's talk to Sagittarius. Mutable fire. The Wanderer. The Holy Fool of the Zodiac. Spirit, what does Sagittarius need to know? Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. What's going on this week, Spirit? Overall focus and energy. Highest good of Sag. And when it comes to money, jobs, that was fast. Okay. And finally, when it comes to love, relationships, connections, for Sag, what do they need to know this week? Okay. Going in. Wow. What are we doing this week, y'all? Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta say, there are certain themes kind of playing across these readings, and for those of you who might not have been here at the very beginning, I pulled a collective reading for all of the signs. Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and Spirit was being very clear about the fact that this is the changing of the guard, the changing of the season. It is an apt time for all of us, and yes, Sagittarius, I am talking extra directly to you, but for all of us to let go of things that we have outgrown, to choose to consciously move forward and move on to things that are bigger, better, that allow us to be more of ourselves, okay? Okay, let's talk, Sagittarius. Very interesting. Overall focus and energy for the week. The Four of Pentacles and the Sun. Four of Pentacles. Thinking inside the box. Being in a bit of a tight situation. Never something that a Sagittarius likes. Sagittarius is boundless. Sagittarius is, don't fence me in. Don't fence me in, let alone box me in. My God. Like, I will bust out of here. And the Sun says, it is time for you to bust out. It is time for you to be out here shining, showing us what you've got. You know what you want to do. That's what Spirit just said. You know what you want to do. And I'm hearing, and honest, when I keep picking up these cards and showing these to you, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. There is a theme across the three sectors of your life that we are looking at that have to do with letting go of things you've outgrown. And Spirit is saying, we know how silly it looks, right, to see like a full-grown adult trying to squeeze into like a baby t-shirt. And that's a little bit what it might look like for those of you that are trying to keep yourself in a job or in a relationship that is like, this is too tight. I've outgrown this shit. Like, I'm on to the next thing and I'm pretending that this is enough for me. Or I'm even complaining internally that this isn't enough for me, but I'm staying and I'm sitting in the situation and I'm like waiting for something to change. And Spirit is like, do you, Sagittarius, and you are an adventurer. You are somebody who says, if I don't like where I am, I'm happy to blaze a new trail. I'm happy to find a new place. And Spirit is pretty much fucking directing you to set yourself free this week, which is what Sagittarians do best. So let's keep talking. The Four of Pentacles and the Sun. Outgrowing the sandbox, leaving it. Now, looking at jobs, money, projects, opportunities. Look at you leaving the sandbox. Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, the leaving and the new beginning. The Eight of Cups indicates that there is something that you have invested a lot of time and love and effort and energy into. And we're looking at jobs and finances, right? It's like I've put so much into this and I just don't feel like I'm getting anything back from it. Like the sirens going on in the background just as an extra, like, underlining this for those of y'all that it's like, is it time to go? Is it like past time to go? Because we gotta go. If you've been investing into something or someone and you feel like I'm being bled dry, and Spirit gave me that phrase very strong and very loud, so some of y'all may have even used that phrase like with somebody recently, like they're bleeding me dry or I feel sucked dry. If you are feeling sucked dry, like there's no reciprocality, it's time to Ace of Swords. Cut things off. Start fresh. You know, I'm going to say, again, in the money and project realm, Ace of Swords indicates like I'm going to try something new. I'm going to apply for a job. I'm going to say I quit. I'm going to say this is my 2 weeks, or this is the way that we need to do it if you want me to stay. Okay? Eight of Cups. Don't stay anywhere where you feel stagnant. Eight of Cups and Four of Pentacles have that in common. And just to really round this out, I want to remind you, the Sun and the Ace of Swords as counterparts to those cards, it's like be loud, be honest, be real, be bright, right? Shine. And now, once again, this pattern plays out when we look at your relationships. Ten of Swords, Six of Wands. Too tight, over, done with, letting it go. Let go, let go, let go, so that you can shine. Six of Wands. So that you can be out here. And I want to say, Sagittarius, I'm feeling something very specific. This will not resonate for everyone. If you are delighted and happy in your romantic partnership, then this does not apply to you whatsoever. But if you happen to be one of those Sagittarians who is in a relationship where you feel like this is so done, this is so dead, this is so over, Spirit's like, it's time for you to, Ten of Swords, accept defeat, right? Surrender. Fine. I tried. It's not working. I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to go show off. Six of Wands. I'm going to go, like, take the cute selfie. I'm going to change the relationship status. I'm going to let people know, like, we're out here. Like, so anybody who wants them, come get it, because we out here. Ten of Swords. Six of Wands. Liberate yourself. Liberate yourself, Sagittarius. And again, most Sagittarians I know refuse to be put into a mold, but I also know Sagittarians who have loved people and jobs so much that they have tried to force themselves into a mold. And, like, given that a shot, it's time to break out. It's time to break out. You need to feel free to be you. And if your relationship can change and grow to make room for you to be all that you are, then you don't need to go anywhere. Then that means that there is reciprocality, there is back and forth. But if you know that you've put in a lot and you're not getting anything back, try not to feel guilty about having outgrown something. We don't feel I was going to say we don't feel guilty when we outgrow a pair of pants, but quarantine 15, some of us do. I was going to say, okay, let's put it this way. As children, we didn't feel guilty for like, oh, I'm 5 inches taller, I can't wear these jeans anymore. That's a good thing. You've grown. You've grown. Treat yourself as such. Okay? Okay. I just want to say that the Sagittarius card just flew out. Just to say, the way that Scorpio is in their power, you are in your power too, Sag. Do what feels right. If something feels like it wants to leave your hands, let it go. The better for you to have your hands open for what wants to come to you, which is glorious. Okay? That's just how I'm hearing it. Now, let's move on to Mountain Goat Capricorn, CEO of the Zodiac. all-terrain vehicle. Let's talk to the fish goat. Capricorn. Capricorn sun. Capricorn moon. Capricorn rising. What do they need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? You know, I'm hearing something already before we've even looked at cards, Capricorn, which is play it cool. Play it cool. Find out why they're saying that. Play it cool. Cool, calm, collected, not showing your cards until you're ready. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. And when it comes to relationships, Spirit, what do Capricorns need to know? Wow. Okay. Let's get into it. Woo! It's okay to want more. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's talk. It's okay to want more, Capricorn. Overall focus and energy. Knight of Cups, Three of Wands. Spirit says you are on a mission and you are on a journey. It's a beautiful thing. We call the mountain goat and the all-terrain vehicle of Zodiac. Three of Wands is I'm climbing these mountains and I have hit base camp 3. I'm not at the top of Mount Everest yet, but I have hit base camp 3 and I can see a whole lot of stuff I couldn't see before. I can see a lot more possibilities. I can see a lot more paths that I could take. I can also see some of the challenges I could come up against, and this is a good thing. This is, okay, then I can plan for that. As I set out on this journey, great aspect of Capricorn is y'all plan for everything. What do I need to take with me? Now, one of the things you need to take with you, Knight of Cups, open heart. I know. A plan? Okay. You know, a checklist of items to pack? Great. My heart? Oh no. Like, don't get into that slippery ass emotional shit with me. Don't do that. I get it, Capricorn. I get it. But you're gonna want to have emotional availability for multiple reasons. Like, yes, for the exact reasons that you think I'm telling you, which are the mushy ones. And, like I've said before, if we have a pattern going on in one aspect of our life, good or bad, it tends to bleed over into other aspects of our lives. So, you bringing your heart to the table and being open and available for dreams coming true, wild new loves and possibilities, and etc. I know that there's a risk inherent with hoping for something and being open for something. There's the risk of flopping, failing, nothing ever coming, feeling like an asshole who was like, my ships are coming in, and then your ships never come in. That's not what's going to happen to you. So don't cut yourself off before your gifts can come to you. 8 of Swords, don't cut your own nose off to spite your face. Don't hold yourself back from asking for or pursuing or even just being receptive to what people want to give to you. I'm also hearing very specifically, Capricorn, because this is in the job and budget and project arena, if you want something like a raise or to take on a certain project or to let go of a certain project, you need to say something. 8 of Swords says that some of y'all are just trying to like shut your eyes and shut your ears and shut your mouth and hope that something still comes to you. And I feel like you need to articulate what you want. Make yourself clear. And if you're holding back from asking for something that you want, Spirit is saying, interview that thought. Why do you feel like I can't ask for that raise, or I can't ask for that attention, or I can't ask this question, period. Maybe if all I need is an answer. What is it that's holding me back? Is it perfectionism? Because perfectionism is just procrastination in sheep's clothing. Is it that I'm afraid that I won't get what I want, so why would I even ask if I think I'm not going to get what I want? Well, I mean, I'm definitely not going to get what I want if I don't ask for it. And what's the real risk in saying like, hey, I want a raise, or hey, I'd like to date you, or fill in the blank with like, ugh, asking for what I want. That's how you get what you want. So please don't hold back. That's what I'm hearing. There are weeks, like, when I say play your cards close to your chest, that's like keep your talent and your plan. Don't be telling everybody your plan. This is exactly what I'm going to do. But I don't mean keep your needs to yourself. Those need to be open, clear. You have Knight of Cups, and when we come over here to relationships, Queen of Cups and our old favorite, goodness, I know, hold on, Capricorn, let me explain. The Queen of Cups and the Tower. This is going to be a vulnerable week. emotionally vulnerable, but emotionally vulnerable. Vulnerable means things become possible. Vulnerable is scary because we can't predict the outcome, but not being able to predict the outcome is part of what makes things exhilarating and beautiful and fun. You know, like we don't calculate and quantify who we're going to fall in love with, or like what kind of new relationships we'll experience when we move to a new part of the country. We can't quantify that. We can try. I want to move in this type of area. Hopefully I'll meet this type of people. We can't quantify. We can't be sure. And the Tower in your emotional sector says you can't control the behavior of another person, and Spirit still wants you to show up wholeheartedly. Queen of Cups. What am I really feeling here? What do I really want here? Anybody else can pull the plug or pull the rug out from under me at any time. It's a little bit like what Spirit was saying for Sagittarius, like, what is holding back? Give me, and what is holding back? Cost me. Saying what I want and being available for it is scary, and it's the only way to possibly receive what it is that I want. So let me be brave. Let me be open. New things and beautiful things want to come to me. Want to come to me. So I'll keep my heart open. I won't try to, you know, protect myself from disappointment by protecting myself from love, or protecting myself from going for the big, crazy, outlandish dream, and instead relegate myself to the small dream because I feel like that's maybe more possible, even though I'm not going to be exhilarated. Allow yourself the possibility of being exhilarated. I know. It's fucking scary. It's scary, Capricorn. And it's humiliating in a way to have desires and needs and to go for them. I get it. It means that things become outside of your control. But if it's outside of your control, then it's outside of your perspective. And if it's outside of your perspective and it's more of, you know, like an imagination that is so much bigger even than what you could conceive of. Like, Spirit just threw this out. It's going to be more beautiful than you can predict, and that's why we're asking you not to try to predict it. Okay? Let yourself be surprised. It's a good surprise. Okay. Now, oh, yes, love to hear it. Love to hear it, Jim. That's an evolved Capricorn. Is like, why wouldn't I aim for the very top? I know what I'm capable of. I'm gonna go for it. Yee, yes, yes, Aquarius time. Let's talk to my mad scientist friends. Aquarius. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. Ooh, I would love to hear about that, Jim. I would love to hear more about that. I feel like dropping another little hint right now, which is just to say, wow. Okay, Spirit is just giving me confirmation to go ahead and drop this hint. Yes, still time. 10 of Cups. I was gonna say, Jim, I'm creating a spot where actually I would love to hear people's transformation stories and growth stories and the continuing journey, not just the I did it part, but the I'm doing it part, the I'm still working, learning, struggling part. A place where we can all be in on that journey together and help each other out. See? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, Mike. No. 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 I want to sing it. I'm not going to do it. All right. Yay. Beautiful. Exactly. Aren't we always? Till we're dead. That's the damn goal. Exactly. Exactly. Let's do it. Let's go, Aquarius. Let's go, all of us, but let's go. Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising, and Aquarius dominant, folks. Aquarius stelliums especially. What do they need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Overall focus and energy. What does it benefit Aquarius to be aware of? To tap into for their highest good. Okay? And when it comes to projects, jobs, work, money, opportunities, what is Aquarius, wow, best served by knowing this week? Okay? Yee, Lori! Good things are happening. I feel it too. And finally, Aquarius, when it comes to love, connections, friends, family, Spirit, what do you want to talk to Aquarius about for their highest good? Whew! Let's go! Wow. There is just... Woo! Wow. Well, that's damn good, Aquarius. Okay, you know what I'm hearing, Aquarius, is make room. Make room. Overall focus and energy for Aquarius. Spirit is using the phrase creative incubator. You are served by having a creative incubator for yourself this week. If you can take a day, if you can take a weekend, if you all you have is an hour, whatever it is you can create for yourself safely, Spirit wants you to have some calm, quiet, High Priestess time, collecting data time, putting puzzle pieces together time. And then, after you've had that time, 8 of Cups, you're going to divest from some things. You're going to further detach from some... Spirit is like using the phrase emotional hooks. Like, when I hear this word, or run into this type of content, or this person's content, or etc., there's like a hook that, like, you know, can trigger me or tug me in a different direction. Like, I can be feeling good and great and whatever, and then I see, you know, a post about twin flames, and it reminds me of this one person, and it tugs me in this other direction, or something like that. Oh, no, don't be sorry, Crystal. Thank you for being here at all. Happy to see you at any time. So it's like, okay, so I'm triggered, right? And it tugs me in this direction, or it tugs my emotions this way. And I don't want to fucking feel that way. Like, I want to be in control. I want to choose what's, like, happening. Yay! Lots of love to you, Jim. Enjoy. Spirit wants you to become aware of that in order to release from it. In order to be like, the way that if you were walking by something and your clothes caught on a hook, it's like, oh, let me just go ahead and, okay, I noticed that now that hook is there. Let me take a minute and, like, hammer that nail down into the door jamb or whatever, right? I'm not just going to keep walking and ow, 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 keep getting caught on this thing. I'm going to become aware of it, and then do I need to pull the nail out? Do I need to hammer it in? Is there, like, something that needs to be added or taken away from the situation? Either way, I'm going to address it. The nail, the thing that catches, the thing that triggers, it's not there to fuck up your life, okay? I get that it may feel that way sometimes. It's there so that you can become aware of something that is, you know, the nail, the thing that is catching your attention, the thing that is triggering you is not the thing. It is connected to the thing. It's just like, you know, Spirit is using this idea of hooking, right? So it's like a fish might think, this hook is the problem. But the problem is not the fucking hook. The problem is the dude with the line throwing out the hook and catching you and pulling you in. So what is reeling you in? And make conscious choices about what reels you in. There's beautiful things and there's rough things. Exactly, Lori, right. Like, that's the fisherman, right? Or the fisher is the thing from deep childhood or adolescence or whatever that still determines whether or not I allow myself to raise my hand in class or at work or whatever. And it's like, do I accept that? Do I consciously accept that the way that my mother spoke to me when I was little is still determining the way that I speak to other people in my life or whatever? We're not shaming ourselves, we're not judging ourselves, we're not blaming ourselves. We are becoming aware of ourselves. And when we become aware of ourselves, we become more of ourselves. It's something Spirit's been saying over and over and over. Now when I come over to jobs, opportunities, projects, money, 2 of Wands and Temperance, these are both cards about multiple options, blending, and also it's like when I allow for both possibilities, so many possibilities become available. I don't feel like I have to go just this way or that way. Hey, Kayla, welcome, welcome. When I hold two possibilities in my hands at once, it's like being able to hold the paradox, okay? And that's what Spirit is saying, Aquarius. Like mad scientist, right? You can hold the paradox. Temperance, ease, moderation. It's also, it's like Spirit is, the infinity symbol is included in the Temperance card, and Spirit is also showing it to me this way, that when we look at like particles and waves, that there's a dance to it. And Spirit is talking about when it comes to the type of work that you do, some of you want to make a change, and I'm hearing the phrase branch out. It's like, I want to branch out into this. I'm interested in this, but I don't know if I should go down the path. And Spirit is like, you should go down the path. You should go down the path. If something seems interesting to us, this is something that Spirit has brought to me over and over again. Here's the important part. Even if it's a mistake, even if it's a mistake in our human, like myopic, limited thought, like, oh, I thought I wanted to be in a relationship with this person. That relationship was terrible. It was such a mistake, right? I could frame it that way. But if I'm attracted to somebody, just as an example, if I'm attracted to a person and it's like, ugh, it's bad, right? Like it's bad. Like there's attraction, but it's toxic. It makes me feel weird about myself or bad or da 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 da. There is something in the attraction and the dynamic between me and that person that I need to know about, that I need to learn, thus the attraction. Spirit is like, the way they've tried to explain it to me is sometimes our attraction to something, it's like pheromones are like spiritual signatures. Like, ooh, there's something that person can teach me, show me, reveal to me that nobody else can. And they may reveal it to me by stabbing me in the fucking back, but they sure are going to reveal it to me, and I sure am going to become more of myself through that interaction or through that experience. Exactly. Might go for a dream job that seems like, oh, this is just perfect, I know this is what I want, and then you get to the dream job and you're like, I hate this. And that might feel like, what a waste of time, I was so wrong, I made the wrong decision, when really it was, I needed to know that that wasn't it. And it may even redirect you to the ideal perfect thing. So I hate to go full cliche and say, you know, when God closes a door, he opens a window or whatever. But listen, even if God doesn't open a window, Aquarius, mad scientists, we'll break a window. We will make a way. We will tunnel. We will do whatever we got to do. Spirit wants you to branch out. Spirit wants you to allow yourself the room to grow and to reframe and look at things that you've had to walk away from, detach from, divest from, as what did that give me? It didn't give me what I wanted, but it gave me something. It gave me wisdom, taught me patience, taught me impatience, taught me boundaries. What did it give to me? And I'm going to take that forward. Temperance. What is the teacher of this moment? What is the divine lesson? As soon as we start being open to what the divine lesson is, the synchronicities keep piling up and up and up, and we know that we're on the right path. Okay? And that's what they're saying. So for some of you, that's been a thing. Like, wow, these synchronicities keep piling up. For others of you, it's going to be happening this week, especially as you choose to turn the wheel and make the changes that you feel you need to make when you feel you need to make them. Not like, I really should do that. File that away and do nothing about it. No, I really should do that. Let me do one small thing today to move in the direction of that thing that I know I need to do. Boy, it's worth it. Boy, it's really fucking worth it, Aquarius. Looking at relationships. These are the cards that people want to get. King of Wands, Four of Wands. I'ma say you're the King of Wands, Aquarius. King of Wands is unconventional, creative, fiery, smart. I mean, I keep calling you the mad scientist, right? King of Wands is somebody who doesn't think or do it like everybody else, and that's part of what makes them the fucking King of Wands. No, I don't do it like everybody else. Sure, that makes some people think I'm weird. That makes other people think I'm fucking cutting edge. That makes other people think like nobody can do it like that person. And to have the Four of Wands in the freaking relationship sector is like, this is what people are hoping for. This is dynamic, fun, hot wands, right? This is dynamic, fun, hot, committed love, passion, joy, partnership, creativity, etc. self-sustaining. You know, Spirit is actually having me jump into a quick little mini tarot lesson and say that if we're thinking about the elements of the different cards, right? In this case, we're thinking about wands, we're thinking about fire. So if we combine the elemental with the numerological, the number 4, right? Like a square, 4 sides. So it could be tight or it could be secure. If we take something wild like fire and we put it inside of something secure like a candle holder, we sustain life. So 4 of Wands is that sustained fire, that sustained heat, that sustained light. It's the kind of partnership and home that we're all looking for. And when you act like the King of Wands, you bring that into your sphere. Whether you already possess it and you increase that energy, or whether you don't possess it and you are looking to draw it into your life, acting like the King of Wands, someone who knows how skillful, how smart, how offbeat, how magical and powerful they are, that is who draws that into their life. Let me go ahead and shock the shit out of everybody in my life with how good I've managed to make my life, with how good I've managed to make my relationships. Let me shock the shit out of all of y'all. And that's what Spirit is saying. Let them be surprised. We love to see it. I hope that that helps, Aquarius. And now, the Cups card just jumped out because Spirit knows it's Pisces time. It's Pisces time. Let's dive in. Spirit just threw out Temperance. We're shuffling it back in, but okay. Maybe some of y'all have Aquarius placements, Pisces. Okay, Spirit, let's talk. Mutable water. Oh, you are so welcome, Lori. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you. Let's go fishing. Let's go talk. Come on, Pisces. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know this week? What's on the agenda for Pisces? Sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. Spirit, what do they need to know this week for their highest good? Okay. Got a little peek. Okay. And when it comes to work, money, jobs, opportunities, personal projects, Spirit, when it comes to what Pisces is cultivating, what do they need to know for their highest good? Okay. And finally, when it comes to connections, romance, love, friends, family, Spirit, what do you want to talk to Pisces about this week? Okay. Let's go. Ooh. Temperance. I knew it was going to come back. Okay. 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 Here's your headline, Pisces. This week, be strategic. Let's talk about it. Overall focus and energy for this week. 4 of Swords, Queen of Swords. It is time, Pisces, to put things in order. And I know, Pisces is creative, Pisces is mutable, Pisces is water, but you've got some high air placements in this reading. It is asking you to do a little bit of mental categorization, a little bit of organization, a little bit of, here's just the quickest, simplest exercise, Pisces. Grab your phone, put it on Do Not Disturb. You're going to set a timer for 10 minutes. You're going to grab a piece of paper. You are going to write down all of the odds and ends, the dangling to-dos, anything that's been crowding up your mind and that you know needs to get done or whatever. In 10 minutes, right? And you just write every single thing down. Don't worry about categorizing. Don't worry about putting it in order, prioritizing any of that. We're just writing everything that I'm like, this has been on my mind. I need to do this. I forgot to write that email. We need to get groceries, etc. Whatever. Write it all down. As soon as that 10-minute timer's off, awesome. Set another, let's say 5-minute timer. We're going to tighten this. 5-minute timer. Go through all of those projects. Pick 3 that are going to make your life so much easier or better or simpler or lighter. So what's, bothering you the most? if your bedroom is covered in laundry that you haven't folded up and put away, and it's keeping you from like moving on to more important things like the projects you want to do or feeling better about yourself, again, we're going to set that handy ass fucking timer and be like, if only for 15 minutes I'm going to fold and put away this laundry. And when that 15-minute timer goes off, I can stop and I've done the thing I said I would. Or if I'm in a fucking groove, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep organizing, clearing things up, creating space for myself in my like physical space and in my mind, freeing up bandwidth, closing those mental tabs, because Pisces, it's clear that you have something you want to execute. Queen of Swords is a thought leader. Queen of Swords is a writer, a messenger, someone who spreads ideas throughout the world, who changes the world with their ideas, with their honesty, with their frankness. Listen, I fucking hear you, Maria. It's different things for different people. Don't ask me about the laundry that I need to fold. I agree. It's for chumps. Anyhow, clearing space, shutting tabs, those mental tabs, Pisces. Take care of some things. Clear them off your docket. And this is what Spirit is saying too. It might feel silly when you have like, I want to execute this, Queen of Swords, I want to execute doing this amazing project that I have in mind or whatever. It seems stupid for me to, folding laundries for jumps, right? Like, what the fuck am I going to fold this laundry for? But if it's distracting me from doing what I need to do, hey, listen, Crystal, if you feel a message, you are present and receiving it, I take that as you are here to receive this message. Doesn't God be for you? If it clears your mind, then it creates space to do what's really important. And Spirit is actually saying sometimes it's by doing the dumb, unimportant, busy work tasks that we're like, I am totally self-sabotaging myself right now. I am delaying doing the thing that I know that is going to change my life and make it better because I don't want to fuck it up. Or like if I keep distracting myself with organizing my sock drawer, I never have to ask myself if this book that I'm writing is crap. You know what I'm saying? We're not judging, we're not blaming. We're saying all of our influences and habits come from somewhere. And sometimes just knowing where they come from allows us to dismantle and to do things a little differently. No shame. No shame. That's about the way that I do it. Listen. Okay. Now, when I said some of y'all might have Aquarius placements, here's Temperance again, and it flew out when I was shuffling for you. I shuffled it back in. It showed back up, so clearly, Pisces, Spirit wants to talk about it. 2 major arcana cards when it comes to projects, money, things that you want to do. These are also 2 highly spiritual major arcana cards, like being inspired, right? Feeling like, things are lighting my way. The path is opening in front of me. And Temperance, Pisces, you'll be happy to hear, says, as much as we're saying like organize and clear your head and you got to execute and yada yada, Temperance says gentle, moderation, 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the sea, as she has in the card. So because you're a Pisces, because you're a water sign, I'm going to say that the 1 foot on land says get a little grounded. Pisces, do you have a grounding practice? Do you have something you do? Maria, from all of the comments that you've made, I totally agree. Totally agree. Spirit is asking Pisces if you have a grounding practice. Do you have anything you do as a routine? Do you have anything you do that is habitual, that is supportive to making you feel worthy, to making you feel connected, to making you feel... Spirit is actually like... being very deliberate and talking about pentacles because we're talking about money and budgets and work. But they're saying, part of pentacles is even the physical body. How aware of my physical body do I feel? How aware of its needs? How aware of its desires and versus needs do I feel? Temperance, moderation, not going too hard, listening to my soul and following what it says. The Lovers, divine union. I'm also hearing that going easy and blending energies, especially combined with the Lovers, you may be hooked up with somebody where there's a powerful creative force between the 2 of you, or a powerful idea that you are putting together with somebody. And if you crave that, if hearing that you're like, that person doesn't exist, but I would so love to encounter that person, this is the energy you want to embrace, because you clear some stuff up, including fears, insecurities, doubts, the stuff that has kept you from executing up until now, the things that you want to execute. By clearing that out of the way, by becoming conscious of it, you create the space and the room and the sort of self-trust that summons in someone who can match that energy. Okay? Let's talk. Looking at relationships, love, connections, family, friends, however it is coming through for you, Pisces. The King of Cups and the Seven of Swords. I feel that the King of Cups is somebody around you, even though Pisces, right, like that's the usual suspect for a Pisces, but you are coming through as this Queen of Swords. So I feel that there is somebody in the relationship sector, somebody who you feel like really does understand you and support you emotionally. King of Cups. Someone who understands your feelings, someone who really helps you process your feelings. And this person can help you let go of some stuff. Seven of Swords. Let go of some patterns, cut some losses, detach from some old ways of thinking about relationships and about thinking of even the way you think of yourself, so that you can have fewer regrets, so that you can hold less guilt and understand, Queen of Swords, right? That's showing up as you. So Spirit is talking about you being able to use memories as data. And I know that sounds very like robotic, especially when I'm talking to a Pisces. So bear with me here. They're still memories. They're still full of emotion. Emotion is also data. This thing made me feel like this. Spirit is talking about like putting patterns together and being like, okay, so these 3 different relationships I had, vastly different people, vastly different experiences, differing levels of good, bad, or ugly, or whatever. And yet, when I think about it, they all have this in common. And if I become aware of the thing that they have in common, let's not forget one of the things they have in common is you, then I can disentangle myself from needing to repeat that certain pattern, because life, the universe, God, however we want to talk about it, if there is something that we need to learn, Spirit, God, again, universe, whatever we want to say, is going to repeatedly be like, here it is, through another person. Oh, you left that person thinking that was going to be enough to stop doing that pattern? Nope, that's your pattern. So here's another person to reflect that pattern back to you. Oh no, you still think that was the other person that brought that? No, okay, then here's a third person to bring that same ass pattern, even though they come in a completely different package, seem like a totally different person, and yet I feel that they're emotionally unavailable, or that they take too much from me, or whatever the pattern is. Spirit is trying to show you some divine patterns and untangle some things for you. And they are sending somebody, again, King of Cups, just to give you an idea, this is the type of person, nothing to do with gender, so this could be a female or non-binary King of Cups. This is somebody who can witness you and help make sense of you to you, which is a beautiful and rare thing, especially for a Pisces. You're self-reflective. You look at yourself and think of what your emotions are and where they come from and why they are. But this person, it's what Spirit is really showing me is like somebody who has very gentle hands pulling apart a knot. Some people, when you give them something knotted up, they get frustrated, they're yanking on it, they're like, fine, I'm just gonna take a fucking pair of scissors. And that's how some people want to treat our hang-ups and our problems. Like, hey, well, I'm not that person. I'm not the one who cheated on you, so get over it, or whatever. And it's like, that's not what I need. What I need is somebody to say, like, oh, you're feeling insecure. Maybe even something like, oh, you just accused me of cheating, right? And this person, instead of flipping out on you for accusing them of cheating, can be like, okay, so here are the reasons that A, like, no, I wasn't doing anything like that you're worried about. And, like, oh, isn't this the time of year when, like, your ex cheated on you? Like, I can see why that's coming up for you. How are you feeling? Let's talk. And gently helping you unravel this knot and come back to yourself. So it's not even about, well, Spirit's being funny. I was going to say it's not even about getting closer to anybody or anything like that, but that is a happy side effect of unraveling your fears, your needs, your hang-ups, is that it allows you to actually be free and open and able to then, instead of knotting up, to willingly braid with people, with communities, with projects, trusting yourself and knowing that you can weave yourself into something, and that if you should ever choose, you can unknot and unravel and disengage in a healthy way. Doesn't have to be a rip, doesn't have to be anything you feel guilty about, okay? You're getting closer to yourself. And Spirit adds this little caveat. Sometimes when we get closer to ourselves, we might upset other people, because as we get closer to ourselves, we grow more distant from people and things that are not in alignment with us. So, one side effect, again, of getting closer to yourself and then getting closer to other people that are going to really, truly love you, another side effect is growing further from people that don't align with you. And it is sad, and it is not always fun or fortunate, but it is real and authentic, and again, it is creating room for, it's creating land, it's creating space, it's creating air, so that new things can grow and be present and flourish in your life. So, I'm going to come back to the collective reading for everybody and say, you are creating your life, you are creating your destiny, so choose to consciously co-create. Choose to participate in the change rather than acting as if, you know, you're just like, the change is just happening to you. It's your choice. I know. It's like every week, Hillary, there does seem to be something overarching, but this week that one really hit hard. We're making the change. Spring has sprung, so let's spring with it, all right? Love y'all. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday, the last Saturday. So next week, I will see y'all on Friday. I will send reminders, but I will see y'all on Friday. Super excited. Have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself. Choose to participate in the co-creation of your life. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to get better. Yay! Love you. Thank you all for the beautiful messages and for the donations. And thank you for liking and sharing and commenting and telling your friends. It's all so wonderful. Thank you, y'all. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye.